Gratitude is the antidote to fear, and there's always something to be thankful for. Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. I am the Soap Chef here on this channel where we make all things with a rather good lather. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming by today. On this channel, I talk about a lot of different things. I talk. That's the first thing. I don't blather on and on and on incessantly, but we do talk here on this channel. So if that's something that you're into, cool. If not, that's okay. I'm not offended by that. A lot of people just want to watch people making things with no talking. But I do talk here about a variety of all kinds of different things. For my soapy friends that are coming back again to join me, hi guys, I missed you guys so much. I have been gone for a little over 2 weeks now. Mr. Soap Chef and I just had our annual vacation before our season really starts to kick in. We normally used to go in July for our vacation because our wedding anniversary is in July, but all of our events really start happening in July. Like all of our main events start happening in July, so we can't really take away from all of that. So that being said, we just got back last night. We are well rested. I am ready to go and start kicking off the season. So what are we doing today at Creation Station? It's been a couple of weeks. I'm a little rusty. Isn't that weird? You know, I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I know what I'm doing, but I don't know. It's been a couple of weeks since I've made anything, so we'll see how it goes. So today over at Creation Station, I'm just going to be doing some bath bomb demos with the 3D molds that we print ourselves here. And we're going to do individual ones, so they're going to be kind of short. The first one might be a little bit more lengthy. But then after that, the subsequent ones after that, they're going to be a little bit shorter. And if you guys have not seen already and you need a good tutorial on bath bombs, I think I have a 6-part series here on my channel of bath bombs, what you can use to make bath bombs, all the different types of molds, how to use them, what they're called, the consistency of your bath bomb mixture, how to press it down to get the details, how to mold, how to unmold, all of the things. So I will link those down below in this video today, but they're pretty easy to find on my channel. So without further ado, you guys, let's go get cooking over at Creation Station, okay? Come on. Okay, friends, we are over here at Creation Station. I have my mask on, so I'm going to have to talk a little bit louder. Plus I have my dehumidifier running and my fan and my air conditioner because it's pretty hot and humid here today. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments below if you know, if it was garbled or muffled or anything like that. But we're just going to get two things. Sorry, I just banged my head into the light ring. All right, we're just going to get two things today. I've got two new molds that we just printed off. One is a donut. So we've got your 2 cups and your outer shell. So like we always do, I'm not going to go over the components of all of the molds. I'm going to link down below. It's actually an 8-part series. I said in the beginning of this video that I believe it was a 6-part. It's actually an 8-part video, and it goes over all the different pieces, parts of all different kinds of molds, what they're called and how to use them. So I'm not going to go over that again. But anyways, we're just going to take our shell, put it down, take our bottom cup, stick it inside of the shell, and we're just going to start filling. Give it some shakes in between to make sure that all that bath bomb mixture gets down into all the cracks and crevices. Build it up just a little bit because we do have a rounded cup on the top, right? So we need to fill in all of that space. All right, and then turn it over, stick it on the top, and give it some presses. I always turn when I press. Press and turn, press and turn. Okay. take your spoon, tap off some of that excess, grab your chopstick, get rid of that hole in the middle. Remove your outer shell. I always like to clean off the inside as soon as I'm done using it, so it's ready for the next press. And then I always give another press because I don't like Saturn rings. It's a pain in the keister for me to try to package them with Saturn rings. They look beautiful, but I don't particularly care to deal with that when I'm trying to package these. And then I just brush off the outside. And then we're going to give it some gentle taps. Turn it over. We're going to lift straight up and off. Take your cardboard, stick it on the top and turn it over. And then just lift straight up and off on your bottom piece. And there we've got a beautiful donut bath bomb. So now the next one we're going to do is the Lollipop mold. This was actually requested by the lovely Karen. She wanted to have a Lollipop mold. Now the only thing about this is there is no hole on the outer shell. You know what I mean? Like there's no like space on the outer shell for you to actually stick a popsicle, what do you call those? A tongue depressor or a popsicle stick. There's really no place to do that. So if you, I use these for my bubble wands. You guys have probably seen those in many of the videos that I have already done when I am setting up at an event and I have my display of my bubble wands. That's what I use this for. It's the bubble dough, bubble bar, whatever you want to call it. That's what I use these for because of that reason. And I've got two other Lollipop molds that I have received, I've purchased from other 3D bath bomb mold suppliers. One of them has a teeny little hole inside of the ring, but there's no way to get it out. I mean, how are you going to get that out? You have to get this ring up and off and out, right? So just be aware of that. If that is your intent to use the Lollipop mold, is that there is no place for you to stick an actual tongue depressor or a popsicle stick in there. What I would suggest doing is possibly just put the plate in the bottom, start filling like normal, and give it a couple little presses so that you can get all those details out. You don't have to do it hard, but do it evenly, you know, go all the way around and go all the way in the middle just to get those details in there. Now you can take your top and go ahead and put it down. And you're going to give it some presses. All right, pull up and off with your shell. And again, I always give just a quick little swipe on the inside of the shell just to clean it up a little bit. Now, as you can see, there's a fairly decent size, what I would consider to be a Saturn ring. So what you could do is go ahead and take your popsicle stick or your tongue depressor. I choose to use the real thick, wide popsicle sticks, or actually these are tongue depressors, not popsicle sticks. And then go ahead and stick it in there if you want to. While you still have everything molded, stick it in. All right, stick that in and then give it another little press. I'm just trying to really pack in these sides here. All right, now we're going to give it some taps. Turn it over and do the same thing. All right, and then just lift off one piece at a time, straight up. And there's the impression that it's going to make. Okay, grab the cardboard, stick it on the top and turn it over like we always do. And then we're going to lift straight up and off on the other part. This is the plunger part. Again, if there's any resistance, you're just going to have to give it a couple little more taps, that's all. Okay. All right, and so there we have it, you guys. We have a Lollipop bath bomb mold. And so that is how you have to stick the stick in there. Okay, I wound up taking my mask off because it's so hot and humid. All right, let's do another one so you guys can see it again, okay? Put some of your mix in the bottom, just a little bit. Shake. Give some presses so that we can get all those details. Go all the way around. Not hard, you guys. Don't pack it so hard that you're not going to be able to unmold it cleanly, you know? Just a couple little presses, just to ensure that we get all those details. And then continue filling as normal, giving it the shapes in between. You know how, guys, you know. You know. You've seen me do this a million times, probably. Okay. All right, let's get this on the top. Give some presses. Okay, good enough. Remove your outer shell just by taking your fingers underneath and pushing straight up. And that removes that shell for you. All right, now we're going to do it again. We're going to take another popsicle stick, tongue depressor, whatever you call them, and we're going to stick it straight through here. You want to put your hand down here just to steady the top, because right now it's just sitting on there. It could shift and ruin your whole design, so we don't want to do that. So hopefully you guys can see me doing this. You're just going to go straight in. Hold the top, go straight in with your tongue depressor. Okay, so we've got it in far enough. You want to be careful as you are pushing it in here. You don't want to push it too far because it's going to come out the other side. If it does that, that's okay. Just take some more of your bath bomb mix and kind of pat it around the whole outside of this Saturn ring. Whenever you have any cracks, crevices, breaks in the action, anything like that, you see anything going on, just take a little bit of your loose mix and pat it around there, and that'll take care of it. Smooth it out. Pack it in, smooth it out. That's all, and that takes care of that stuff. I'm not used to doing that with my other hand. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to give some taps, right? Turn it over, same thing. And you can see the difference in the size of these plates. The bottom plate is thin, and then the top plate is a plunger. It's thicker. So you can make this Lollipop as thick or as thin as you would like, and that's why we included a plunger in this. All right, so let's just go straight up and out with our bottom plate. All right, so there's some resistance, so I'm going to have to keep tapping. There we go, straight up and off. And there's the design, which is beautiful. I love the really deep crevices. I've purchased a mold from someone else of the Lollipop that did not have the deep crevices at all. And in fact, you hardly could even really see the spirals. So I was kind of disappointed in that one. So let's tap a little bit. The plunger part is a little bit more difficult to unmold, so just be patient. Don't force it, don't yank it up. If you do that, you're gonna wind up getting cracks where we stuffed in
that popsicle stick. You're going to get a lot of cracks in there, right? But this is the finished product. This is your beautiful Lollipop bath bomb with a tongue depressor. Now, if you don't want to go through the trouble of trying to push a tongue depressor in there, just make them by themselves. The kids aren't going to care. Trust me when I tell you, they are not going to care. They just want a cool bath bomb. And so then you can just call this a spiral disc or whatever you want to call it. So same thing, put the bottom plate in, put a little bit of mix, give it some taps with your finger just to get all those designs out. Keep filling the rest, shake, shake, shake. All right, we got enough mix in there. Take your top plunger, turn it over, stick it in, give some pushes, push and turn, push and turn. All right, good enough. Up and off with our shell. All right, now I'm going to give a little bit of a push. Everything looks beautiful. And we're not going to stick a popsicle stick in this one. We're just going to leave this the way that it is, so it's just going to be a spiral disc. All right, up and off with the bottom plate. Beautiful. Turn it over, flip it over, up and off with the plunger. All right, a little bit of resistance. Gonna give some more taps. That's okay, you guys. This is the nature of 3D bath bomb molds, okay? Just have to be patient, that's all. So there it is by itself. You guys can see the thickness of it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love, love the amount of detail and indentation of the spiral on this mold. Really love it. And P.S., my son created this mold for us. The file, we printed it obviously, but he's never created files for 3D bath bomb molds ever. And I asked him if he could try to do this one, and he did, and he knocked this out of the park. It looks fantastic. Okay, you guys, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Short and sweet on the 2 new ones that we just printed. Stay tuned, though, because we have a lot of new molds that we're going to be printing. I just commissioned a whole bunch. I've got a whole bunch more that I had gotten ready before we left for vacation, so those are going to be coming pretty soon. In the meantime, if you would like to purchase either one of these molds or any of the other 3D molds that we print ourselves, you can find those on soap-chef.com. They are up there for sale. You can also go to my Etsy shop, which is thesoapchef1. However, go to the website instead, soap-chef.com, you guys, to get any of the molds, and stay tuned for many, many more. If you liked this video and you thought that this was helpful, I invite you to give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel a lot. YouTube is really, kind of particular about the channels these days, and they're getting harder and harder to, increase our exposure. So like, subscribe, hit that little bell next to the subscription button so that you can be notified every time we upload a brand new video. But until then, you guys, be kind, stay humble, and take care of yourselves. We will absolutely see you soon. Ciao.